One of the projects we love, we've covered this, it's called Morpho. It's kind of like we're heading into DeFi 3.0. We had the first version of DeFi, then we had basically DeFi summer back in the day, then we had DeFi 2.0, and now we're really getting blue chip institutional grade protocols that are launching. We've covered this before, but basically this is kind of like Aave. For those of you who are aware of Aave, it's basically a money market account. You can come here and borrow crypto or lend crypto to earn passive yield. But why is this so special? Don't we already have Aave? While Aave is great, Aave is permission. It's not permissionless, which means that any asset being listed on Aave has to pass governance. The DAO has to vote. The DAO is basically gatekeeping. Because if you go to DeFi Llama, and we'll go to lending, so I'll open this up in a different tab, but this is where the future of DeFi and crypto is going, right? If we go to DeFi, over $50 billion is in lending in DeFi. Not just DeFi, but the lending sector. Basically, half of DeFi is lending, crypto lending. And king of the hill, the gorilla in the room, has always been Aave. Aave currently has about almost 25 billion TVL. So literally 25% of the market in lending is Aave. That's great, but guess what? Most altcoins are not on Aave, because Aave is gatekeeping. So that's why you have all these new entrants entering the space, such as Morpho. One we also like is Euler. We've covered them before. They have something pretty cool called Euler Swap. I'll touch on that briefly as well. But Morpho is the one to keep an eye on. Why have they come out of nowhere? It's basically Aave, except all the altcoins, all the people that want to get their altcoins into a lending market, they can do it on Morpho without having to get a bajillion votes via the DAO. Why is this vital? Because when the crypto market bounces back, the last thing you want to do is sell your crypto. You don't want to sell your Bitcoin. You don't want to sell your ETH. I mean, heck, I don't want to ever sell my TMAI token. I'm all in. I haven't sold any, but I want to take some money off the table when crypto goes up. How do you do that, right? What they do in equities is you borrow against your crypto. But how do you borrow against your altcoins? Because right now, like even last cycle, yes, there were platforms like Celsius, BlockFi, where you could borrow against your Bitcoin or ETH, but all those entities were centralized. We saw what happens. Those entities can go under. You can lose money. Yes, you're earning yield, but you never want to, at least for me, put your capital into a centralized entity because anything can happen. That's the power of DeFi. DeFi is purely decentralized. That's the ethos of crypto. But then you kind of had this catch-22 where Aave is trying to manage risk by gatekeeping what tokens can be listed. So that's why you're having, in my opinion, two money market accounts or platforms. Morpho and Euler are the ones I'll be keeping an eye on. Very bullish on them, but you can basically borrow against your crypto. Now, they do have risk parameters. So going back to Morpho here, right? You can come here, connect. They have all these assets. So let's say you wanted to borrow, let's say you have ETH, right? Actually, let's do this. Let's say you have Chainlink. You're bullish on Chainlink. You want Chainlink. You think Chainlink's going to go to the moon and beyond, but you need some liquidity. You can literally come here and borrow stablecoins on your Chainlink, right? So the way this would work is, let's say we supply 1,000 Chainlink. This would be $14,000 worth of Chainlink. Okay, so there's not much liquidity in this market here. We see this has slightly under 12K. Market size is about 42K. So this is actually pretty, not that liquid market. But anyway, this, you guys kind of get the idea, right? And you'll be paying about 13% borrow rate on this over the course of a year, but it's a way to sell, to get liquidity from your crypto without having to sell your crypto. When you borrow against your crypto, you avoid paying taxes legally. Now, why I also like Euler, which is a competing platform. I'll open this up here. This is a project actually from last cycle. They were hacked, but they had a bounce back. They have more altcoins, right? If you come here, go to the website. I think I've also covered this before on a prior live stream. But anyway, this is the way to earn passive yield in crypto. And for our token holders, we are working on creating a money market where people don't have to sell TMAI because one, it helps you avoid legally creating a taxable event when you sell your crypto or TMAI. Two, if your crypto ever goes to the moon, kind of like with every cycle, you don't be the person that sold Bitcoin at $100 or $1,000 or $10,000. And now if Bitcoin is at 100K, yes, the price is up. But if Bitcoin goes to a million or 10 million, hindsight is 2020. But why sell when you can just borrow against it and keep the upside? That's what the rich do. That's what Elon Musk does. That's what most Fortune 500 CEOs do. They don't sell their stock. They just borrow against it. And now crypto is creating these money markets where the same thing can be done. And one to make this available to all TMAI token holders. It does take some time. We do have to boost up the TVL and liquidity. for both Euler and Morpho. But we are working on this actively, hence the liquidity program incentives we've launched. So highly encourage you to go check it out, earn some passive yield. After 2 weeks, we'll evaluate. But I think so far things have gone very, very well. So we likely will continue this rewards program for at least, I would say, 3 months or longer, probably till end of the year. So highly encourage you to go check it out.